Rockstar added a new payout change to one of Red Dead Online's Bounty Hunter expansion legendary bounties, and I think players are really going to enjoy earning their completion rewards with these changes. With the February event to Red Dead Online finally wrapping up in the coming days here, the payouts for gold, money, and XP have been doubled all month long, and they're finally being phased out. So today I figured it was the perfect time to jump in with this live gameplay of this mission while the rewards are still doubled so that we can see how much gold, money, and XP we can make. This legendary bounty hunt in particular is exceptionally fun because Rockstar features their own version of a boss in this game where the bounty target's health is incredibly buffed and they do extreme amounts of damage very quickly to you, and that is exactly what makes this specific mission really fun in my opinion, and also really unique for this game as a whole. There's only one other instance of a boss fight in Red Dead Online, and that is with the Kill Them Each and Every One Land of Opportunities online story mission, which doesn't have nearly as good as a payout as this one here. And also within this video I have a few other strategies and tips to make this mission as easy and enjoyable as possible for you. So with all that said, let's jump into things. The bounty we're doing today is the Virgil Shepard Edwards, or Shepard Virgil Edwards, on 5 stars, of course. This is a very, very fun bounty. I wouldn't say it's my absolute favorite. I still think Carmela Montez is my favorite bounty target to go after, but the Virgil Edwards bounty is definitely like a top 3 for me, just because of its uniqueness. You know, Virgil Shepard Edwards basically acts as like a mini boss here in Red Dead Online. He's very bullet spongy, and that's what you will see in this live gameplay here as we kind of load into the mission. And here we go, we're in the mission as always. You see this in every one of my live gameplays. We always rip that potent health cure right off the bat. We're also going to take that Minty Big Game. Minty Big Game is the absolute best because it fortifies your health core in gold, so you're pretty much good to go. I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes because we are going to see how much total gold, money, and XP we can make from this mission. We'll be able to get it done in probably about 12 minutes or so, but I want to drag out the timer as long as I can just to see that final payout. Now, starting off, the game and the mission has you going to 3 different locations to look for him. Usually, you don't have to go to all 3. The mission takes you like basically as long as possible. You may need to go to all 3 different locations to find Virgil Shepard Edwards' location, but usually you can find him at the first or second drop you go to. At this point, we've alerted everyone, so we need to kill everyone and loot one of the cultists, and maybe that will give us the location. But something interesting here is, because it seems like Rockstar's never fixed it, you see how there's like a health bar over this guy's body? Same with this other cultist over here. I don't know if it came out with the Bounty Hunter expansion when this mission released, or if this started happening with blood money, but you can see when I shoot these guys, their health bar kind of detracts and deteriorates. I wish this could be a setting you could modify with all other content in Red Dead Online. I don't know why it's only these enemies on this mission. It's only these few enemies that kind of spawn at this camp here. It doesn't happen with anything in Call to Arms. It doesn't happen with other infamous bounties or even other legendaries for that matter. And I don't think this was the case at the release of the Bounty Hunter expansion. I think this was added with the Blood Money update for some reason. It's just some visual glitch, but it shows that Rockstar has built in one of those like health icons into the game in the UI that I guess are just hidden. Players don't have control over. I would love if we could enable it though. It'll give you more of an arcade feel, but that's kind of what I want to go for sometimes. Every now and again, I don't want like the ultra realistic grounded experience. I just want a more arcade feel, something to grind. So here we are approaching the second camp location where you have the chance of either finding the location when you loot the cultist, of finding Virgil Edwards, or not. But same thing goes here. It's a whole group of enemies you need to clear out. Definitely word of advice here, watch out for these guys dressed in yellow. Not particularly this guy, but some of these enemies actually throw tomahawks at you, and we're gonna encounter those types of same enemies later in the mission as well. Take your time because those tomahawks that they throw at you will one hit you and you just die. If your health core isn't fortified, if you're, oh my god, we're falling off of the cliff. Oh my lord, that hasn't happened in a live gameplay before. I was just about to tonic up, but the game decided, nope, you're gonna fall down the mountain. Can I actually get back up? Oh, here we go. We can hop back up. If we just continue to jump, we could actually make it. So yeah, definitely look out for the enemies that can one-hit melee you with the tomahawks. There's also enemies who will run up to you and stab you. Of course, once you get locked in that animation, you're just kind of screwed. The mission ends. If you're on 5 stars, you only have 1 life, so you want to make sure that you keep your distance. Don't get meleeed, don't get tomahawked. The tomahawks, they'll either one-hit you, like I said, if you don't have the potent health cure, or at least if you have the gold fortified health core. And there you go, you loot the cultist. We still have not discovered the location of Virgil Edwards, so now we need to go to the third and final possible location We're not going to find him there, but at least we can get the letter. It's going to guarantee to give us his actual location. Then we got to ride there, take him down, and bring him to justice. We are arriving at the third and final camp location. What we're going to do is take these enemies out up on this cliffside here, and then we need to shoot the guys down below. But kind of, once again, oh my god, we just shot that guy off the mountain. We could probably do it to this cultist as well. I'd prefer not to. I'd prefer to just loot him up here. You could fight all these other guys. I usually do, you know, and then when I'm just playing by myself, I loot the bodies. Just running down towards the side of the river, you could see all the enemies. There's a few in the cave, so maybe if you're kind of getting shot at from behind, before you focus on shooting the guys across the river, you could focus on the ones inside of the cave so that you can have all your bases covered. No one's sneaking up behind you. That is the cultist. It's not the guy. I knew that we needed to loot the cultist again, but it's not the guy up on the cliff. It's the guy actually in the cave. There you go. Virgil Shepherd Edwards. Note, we have the location. Now, on the way to the cave entrance, he's either going to spawn in this cave that we're going to right now, or he's going to spawn like way up at the north end of the map. Either way, as you run there, enemies are going to chase you. They're going to pursue you. Some of them use bows and arrows, so just keep an eye out for them spawning. It's not a big deal, but just something to keep in mind as you're playing. Funny enough, this is actually the cave that's in chapter 6 of the Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode, so I'm sure you guys who love the story are very, very familiar with this cave and with this spot. I think it makes this mission all the more intense. So we're gonna run in, start headshotting everyone we can. Something to keep in mind here as you walk into this cave, it's the same thing that you gotta watch out for. One-hit tomahawk enemies, they're gonna start chucking these at you from all over the place. So it may be advised, you know, people are shooting bows and arrows at you. Honestly, the best tip I have for this segment of the mission is to keep moving. Do not stop, do not hang around one place for too long. Watch out for these one-hit melee guys. You can see I missed. That could have been an absolute disaster if we weren't quicker on killing them. For some reason today, I gotta be honest, this is also my first time playing this game today. I haven't done like any warm-up missions or anything like that. And it's a little bit cold in my apartment, so my hands are kind of cold. So I'm missing my shots. Completely my fault. But yeah, just keep an eye out for the guys with the tomahawks, with the bows and arrows, with the machetes, things like that. It's not the biggest deal. I would say the most frustrating thing for me is running into those guys with the one-hit machetes, just because you can't counter them. It's literally impossible to counter them while you're trying to work through this whole area of the map and kill everyone else. I think there's one other enemy I want to clear out, just in case we don't get kind of like shot in the back. Now that we're fighting Virgil Edwards, the trick here, I would say the location to fight him that's actually easier is up in the mountains, but this one isn't too bad. He's a boss, so he's gonna be very bullet spongy, and that's kind of the topic of today's video. But I would just aim with your shotgun. First of all, use a shotgun. Pump action, repeating, any of that's fine. Aim with your shotgun and then start to hip fire. That way you can actually like spam fire faster. It allows you to have a slightly faster rate of fire. You'll see the same thing. Look, normal rate of fire with the Schofields, you know, let's say 2 rounds a second, 3 rounds a second. But if you aim first and then start hip firing, you can actually shoot even faster. I mean, I'm sure many players realize, but just in case you don't know, that is a strategy that works, and I would say it's pretty effective at fighting Virgil Edwards. So, you know, maybe 20 rounds of a shotgun later, he goes down. Now, look at him. He's actually covered in bullets. Holy moly. You could kill him if you want, but you're just going to get money subtracted at the end of the mission because the bounty target's dead. I wouldn't recommend you do that. I'd bring him in alive. This is probably the hardest part of the mission. I think this is the part that if I'm not careful and I'm not paying attention, this can get you killed. You need to pick up your bounty target to bring him out of the cave. And the game is going to spawn more of these enemies at you with the machetes. Same thing when it comes to the guys who can either 1 or 2 hit you with tomahawks. So you want to make sure your horse is calm. Your horse is kind of sitting around the cave entrance waiting for you, because if you run into this issue like I am here where I'm losing a lot of health, and actually I just dropped my bounty target by accident. I didn't mean to do that. Something you can also do, oh, see, like he's got a machete. Hello, I need to heal up, but I can't because I was in the middle of fighting that guy. So you can either bring the bounty target up with you, or something you can also do since he's secured anyway. Virgil Edwards isn't going anywhere for right now. Run up to the cave entrance, kill everyone, and then go back to Virgil Edwards. Secure him, put him on your horse, and you can ride him to jail. That's also another idea. I kind of forgot to mention that. That's probably the smarter strategy of completing this mission, because you're going to see all these enemies out here. See, look at the amount of health that I just had taken off of me with that tomahawk. Let's go find Virgil Edwards. Here he is. He's just face down the dirt. Our horse should still be at the cave entrance, so we should be good to go. But we're just gonna run this guy back up there, kind of hightail it out of here. Because of my horse being in this weird spot, I don't think I can mount my horse here because I'm like underneath the cave. Oh no, I was able to. So you can either fight the rest of these guys if you want. Usually, again, I end up doing that, but for some reason they weren't spawning until I brought the guy out of the cave. I'm just gonna run away. We have the bounty target secure, and now we're gonna go to Ansburg. I'm not gonna finish this mission yet, like I said, because our mission timer, you know, is just about 12 minutes here. Like I said, it would take about 10 to 12 minutes, but we want to drag out a whole 30-minute timer so that we can get the max amount of money on this mission, which should be about $450 with the double money, and then of course double gold as well. Usual 48 gold nuggets, but with double gold it's actually going to be 96 gold nuggets, so almost one full gold bar for completing this mission. Rockstar buffed the payouts this month with the double gold and money legendary bounties. That's why I wanted to come out with this video. It's fun, fast, easy enough. It's very lucrative too. The timer on my phone just went off. It's been a half hour, and now we're gonna turn in Virgil Shepherd Edwards. Again, I would just recommend you do the mission at your own pace. It's gonna take you between 10 to 12 minutes, or if you're going really slow and like at a leisurely pace, maybe you're having trouble completing it, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes at most if you're like really moving at a snail pace. But I'm doing 30 minutes just to showcase to you guys with the double gold money and XP, the total payouts you can get. 32 gold nuggets normally you're going to make for 12 minutes, so that's kind of like that sweet spot you want to make. And if you do this mission in 12 minutes normally, you'll make 64 gold nuggets with the double gold money and XP this month. So let's see these final payouts. This is a very fun alternative for a top tier legendary bounty. That's not, so there you go, $450, 96 gold nuggets, and 3,150 XP. A great top tier legendary bounty to do. That's an alternative to the ADIOS legendary bounty that everyone cheeses in this game. If you're trying to rank up an alt account, or you're just getting into the game right now and you want to get as much money as fast as possible and as easily from legendary bounties, while we have the double gold money and XP, well then ADIOS is going to be the best legendary bounty for you. But if you want an actual fun challenge in the game and you want to play a fun legendary bounty the right way, honestly, check out the Virgil Shepherd Edwards legendary bounty. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.